Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is a little bit of a eureka moment for me personally, okay? I've always struggled to explain the difference between sour and bitter, especially in espresso. I basically thought I couldn't taste properly because you watch all of the experts that are out there on how to make espresso, and you know they're getting the flavor notes and they're getting the subtleties, which I really struggle with. This week something clicked with me, not because I tasted cherry or lemon or whatever, chocolate or whatever, but because I finally understood what my mouth was doing when I was sampling or tasting an espresso. And this video is really about that moment. So if I set the scene, I was turning roast 17, which was an Ethiopian Guji, Karume, into espresso. It was a 40.1% weight loss roast. It had been rested for 8 days, not specifically roasted for espresso, which I haven't actually done. And I pulled, I suppose, it was a 20 gram in, 30 seconds, and I pulled 62 grams out. Now, I'm not an expert on espresso or anything on those lines, so this is not a tutorial, but I knew that was wrong. You should get sort of, 1 to 2 ratio. So 62 out was not quite right. I did taste it, and immediately I was getting like a drying sensation on my mouth. Not acrid, not terrible, but I suppose hollow and drying. That's probably the only way I could describe it. At that point, I naturally assumed it was the roast because, as I say, it's not it's not a specific espresso roast. So I thought I'd go for another brew, and what I did this time, I knew that I had to slow it down a little bit, so I changed one thing, and I just did 3 clicks on the King Rider K6 finer. So it's the same 20 grams, same 30 seconds. This time I got pretty much 42 grams out. Immediately upon tasting though, more body, thicker mouthfeel, no drying bitterness, for want of a better word. Instead I got, I think, acidity. The whole mouth tingled, lively. It tasted integrated. It wasn't lemon, and it wasn't sharp, just bright on the tongue. And that's when it actually clicked. It was a breakthrough for me. Here's what I realized. Simple stuff. Bitterness dries the mouth. Sour makes the mouth water. Bitter dries the mouth, sour makes the mouth water. For me, that was eureka, because the number of times I've been tasting coffees and I didn't know the difference. So now I know that when I get balanced acidity, or just acidity, you get like a tingling on the tongue without the drying, and you'll find that your mouth fills with saliva, for want of a better word. So the first shot dried my mouth, the second shot didn't. The difference wasn't flavor notes. It wasn't really the structure. I wasn't tasting badly. I just didn't have the right framework. What I'm trying to achieve here with this espresso is something I haven't succeeded in since I've been doing coffee, so I could be going at this for years, so you might have to put up with me. For those of you that want to stay around, that is. Years ago, I went to Italy, I had an espresso, and it just sticks in my mind now. I've never managed to recreate it, never had a recreation in a shop, even in one of the specialty coffee places now. But what I do remember was that the espresso was warm, round, sweet forward, and that was just lovely. And I'd love to get that again. Now you watch the experts again on so many other channels, and they get it straight away. I'm not there. I'll get there. I will get there. So the ones I've just literally talking about, you know, I roasted those beans. They made lovely pour over, made lovely just general Americanos with the Oxo Rapid Brew. And I suppose some will class them as, you know, bright, modern, good, probably better than I've had in other shops though. Because actually, you know, even though I'm talking as though I didn't like the two shots, they were both very drinkable. Milk, if you turn it into cappuccino, that makes them lovely as well. But it's not the style I'm chasing, and that's important because preference, I suppose, for me is emerging. So now you know that I've got a bit of a preference, and I don't think there's anything particularly stand out about that particular want for an espresso. But I suppose, what does it mean for this channel? It means I've got a load of beans. I'm going to go through the next couple of weeks. So I suppose here's what I'm going to do. Over the coming weeks, I'm going to deliberately evolve a home espresso, and I'm going to put it in quotes, house style. And it's less about trends and more about warm, round, sweet forward, no drying finish. As per other videos I've done, I'll document the roasting position, the weight loss, the changes, the extraction shifts, what actually drinks well, not just what tastes impressive. And I'll share updates as I go. So I suppose as I close out this one video, and hopefully it's landed and hopefully it's helped other people, because you know, it might be obvious to everybody and you're laughing at me, but look, that's what I'm here for. This wasn't about dialing in perfectly. It was about understanding what was happening. 3 grinder clicks for me changed everything. And I feel like I'm getting closer. If this helps you think about espresso differently, consider liking the video and subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. It genuinely helps the channel. I'm hoping to grow the channel. I'm hoping to get more followers, slowly and steadily. So thank you, everybody. And we'll say coffee, one roast at a time.